Please, if anyone is hearing my voice out there, please, if you're in contact with Jaylan McCollins, talk to him. Have him turn himself in because he's left this family broken.
Look at babyface Jaylan. That young man right there, Jaylan McCollins, 28 years old. He allegedly took the life of her granddaughter, Anthonese Stewart, who was 22. Her stepfather, Gary Newman, 66, tried to protect her. Jaylan allegedly shot him too. 2 people gone. The big question everyone keeps asking is, why was he even there? Why did this family let him move in? Before we get too deep, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you find value in these discussions. Anthonese Stewart was 22 years old, the youngest of 4 children. Her mother, who we'll call G, raised her in Memphis. Anthonese graduated from Southwind High School with the class of 2020. After graduation, she stayed home with her family. G made something clear to all her kids. She posted about it. She said, if the relationship's not working, come home. If the bills become overwhelming, come home. If you feel unsafe, come home. If something don't feel right, come home. I want my kids to always know they can come home. I'll never believe in the saying, they're 18, they're grown. My kids are forever my kids, and I always want them to know that they can come home. Anthonese knew that. Now, G didn't raise those 4 kids by herself. She met a man named Gary Newman about 23 years ago. G was already pregnant with Anthonese when they got together. Gary didn't hesitate. They got married, and from day one, he treated Anthonese like his own daughter. Treated all 4 of G's kids that way. He was their father. Gary Newman was 66 years old. He was a U.S. Army veteran, quiet and reserved, the kind of man who showed up for his family. His family describes him as dependable, someone who made sure they had what they needed, and he loved G's 4 kids like his own.
Tonight, a man wanted for the shooting of a Southeast Shelby County couple is now behind bars. Jaylan McCollins faces 2 counts of first-degree murder and unlawful possession of a weapon. Witnesses say the July 1st shooting was a domestic violence incident.
Gary and G had been together for over 2 decades. So when Anthony started dating, Gary paid attention. Any father would. He wanted to know she was okay, that she was safe. Jaylan was 28 years old, and at some point, he and Anthony started dating. They were together for 3 years. Do the math. Anthony's was about 19 when they got together. Jaylan was about 25. A 25-year-old and a 19-year-old fresh out of high school. But at the time, the family didn't seem concerned. They welcomed Jaylan in. G and Gary let him move into their home. He became part of the family, someone they called son. He was around for holidays, family gatherings, and everyday life. Jaylan didn't have his own place. He moved in with the family, living with Anthonese in Gary and G's home. In December of 2021, Anthonese posted on social media. She was pregnant. She posted, "Well, today I got news that I'm having a baby. I'm still in shock, but it's a blessing. Now I got a little one that's gonna look up to me. I didn't think I was pregnant. Everybody kept saying I was and I looked pregnant. I didn't believe it until I took the test today." When G found out, she posted congratulations to Anthonese and Jaylan. Started planning a gender reveal, a baby shower. The family was ready to welcome the couple's first child. But Anthonese lost the baby. Months later, G posted on what would have been around the due date. "Today has been very heavy on me. I guess it's because it's around the time my 3rd grandbaby was supposed to be here with us. Just thinking about all the plans I had. June 28th gender reveal and July 30th baby shower." After the loss, Anthonese and Jaylan stayed together. Jaylan continued living in the home with the family. The relationship started to fall apart. Anthonese was pulling back. She wanted peace, wanted to be done. Her family says she tried to end things multiple times.
The family of those victims talking to Fox 13, urging people with information to help find this suspect.
Fox 13's Jack Bill, you joins us live in Southeast Shelby County tonight. Jack, you're told that that suspect was the boyfriend of one of the victims.
Yeah, and the victim's family told me they believe this all happened because one of the victims tried to break up with that suspect. Now, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office is urging people to be on the lookout for him and warning that he's considered armed and dangerous.
I just want him to, he needs to be brought to justice one way or another. My sister treated him as her son. Even Gary, the victim, the person that he murdered in cold blood, brought him into his home.
Terror in Shelby County. A family home turned into a crime scene Monday morning. The victim's loved ones identified the two people who were killed as Anthonese Stewart and her mother's partner, Gary Newman. They say the suspect, Jaylan McCollins, was Stewart's boyfriend.
Jaylan wouldn't let her. On March 22, 2024, police were called to the home for a domestic disturbance. Records show Anthonese and Jaylan were fighting in the street. Despite everything, Jaylan was still living there, in the same house with Anthonese and her family. Anthonese posted on social media about it. She wrote, "Ain't gonna lie, my toxic days are over. All the arguing, fighting, acting crazy, etc. is over with. We're going to talk like adults and get an understanding, or you're going to get away from me simple. I'm not wasting any more energy and time. The last few years have been stressful. I just want some paper, peace, and real love." But according to family members, every time Anthonese tried to leave, Jaylan would threaten her. He allegedly told her the only way she was leaving him was in a body bag. According to Anthonese's aunt, Sonia Witherspoon, Anthonese had been trying to end things for about a year. Every time she tried, Jaylan allegedly pulled her back in.
From what we can gather is that she was trying to separate from him, and he was having a hard time coping with the separation.
The morning of July 1st, 2024, around 5 a.m., the family's Ring doorbell camera at their home on Newfound Gap Road recorded something. Jaylan and Anthonese outside, arguing. This went on for close to an hour. Around 5:15 a.m., Anthonese Stewart, 22, was shot outside the home. She didn't survive. Her stepfather, Gary Newman, 66, was inside. He tried to protect his daughter. Jaylan allegedly shot him too. Gary was rushed to Regional 1 Hospital, but passed away from his injuries. Anthonese's teenage brother was also in the house that morning in a back bedroom. He wasn't physically harmed, but he was there when it happened.
Investigators say Stewart died on the scene and Newman died of his injuries at Regional 1 Hospital. But Stewart's aunt, Sonia Witherspoon, says Stewart's teenage brother was also in the home when it happened.
My nephew was home sleeping in a back bedroom when everything occurred. You hear your loved ones being murdered around you. You know, you clearly know what's going on. You can hear it. I'm just happy that it wasn't any more fatalities.
By the time deputies arrived, Jaylan had fled the scene. He left Anthonese and Gary behind and disappeared. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office began a manhunt. They released Jaylan's description. 28 years old, 5'9", 175 pounds. He was considered armed and dangerous.
The county sheriff's office is looking for the person they say shot and killed two people early this morning. It happened in a neighborhood off of Newfound Gap Road, which is in southeast Shelby County. Fox 13's Sheila O'Connor shares reaction from neighbors.
A devastating situation unfolding here in the southeast Shelby County neighborhood. Many people who live here that I spoke with shocked to walk out their front doors to see police tape and police lights so close to home.
Started about 4:30, I think. Woke me up.
I've lived here for quite a while and nothing ever go on.
Shock from many people who live in this southeast Shelby County neighborhood. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office says a man and a woman were shot and killed around 5:15 Monday morning at a home on Newfound Gap Road. Memphis activist Frank Gotti posted on Facebook that the victims were his brother and niece. Gotti was at the scene Monday morning but didn't want to talk. I spoke with one neighbor who didn't want to be identified. He lives a few houses down from where the shooting happened.
I thought I was dreaming at first. Then I went outside and saw the argument, woman and man fighting.
One woman didn't want to be identified but said this neighborhood is usually quiet.
I'm surprised that they got shootings over here anyway. It's just a quiet neighborhood. Nobody messes with nobody.
Another neighbor has lived here for 4 years. She just wishes the violence would stop.
I got kids. A lot of people got kids. We just need to stop the violence.
In southeast Shelby County, Sheila O'Connor, Fox 13 News.
The sheriff's office is still investigating what led to the shooting, but neighbors believe it was a domestic situation.
Sonia Witherspoon, Anthonese's aunt, spoke to the media about what happened. My nephew was home sleeping in the back bedroom when everything occurred. You can hear what's happening. You know what's going on. I'm just happy that it wasn't any more fatalities. Frank Gotti, Anthony's uncle, is a well-known anti-violence activist in Memphis. He's worked for years to reduce violence in the city. In 2020, his brother was killed in a shooting. Now, his niece Anthonese and his brother-in-law Gary were gone too. Frank spoke to reporters. He said, Anthony's mother, G, didn't want to go on camera, but she had a message for Jaylan.
Please, if anyone is hearing my voice out there, please, if you're in contact with Jaylan McCollins, talk to him. Have him turn himself in because he's left this family broken.
But Jaylan didn't turn himself in. In the days that followed, the family buried Anthonese and Gary. On July 6th, just 5 days after the tragedy, the community gathered for a candlelight vigil in their honor. Jaylan remained on the run. The manhunt continued. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office asked the public for information. Weeks went by, then a month. No sign of Jaylan. The family continued pleading publicly for Jaylan to surrender and for anyone with information to come forward. On August 19th, 2024, after 49 days on the run, Jaylan was found on Madison Avenue in downtown Memphis. Deputies took him into custody. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and unlawful possession of a weapon. Jaylan's first court appearance came shortly after his arrest. A public defender was appointed. The judge indicated this could be a death penalty case. He was held without bond. At his next scheduled hearing about 2 weeks later, Jaylan didn't show up. He'd also switched from his public defender to a private attorney.
First at 4:30, a Memphis man charged for a deadly double shooting last month was back in court this morning. Jaylan McCollins is facing 2 felony counts of first-degree murder and a misdemeanor weapons offense. Thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson.
I'm Alex Coleman. Detectives say the 28-year-old shot and killed his ex-girlfriend and her father as he was trying to protect his daughter. WREG's Jarita Patterson with his day in court.
It has taken nearly 2 months to bring Jaylan McCollins into custody after detectives say he was responsible for this. What you just heard was the sound of sorrow and disbelief, that piercing cry coming from those who learned what happened in this southeast Shelby County community was a double deadly murder. Deputies flooded Newfound Gap Road back in July. Anthonese Stewart was pronounced dead here at the scene, shot to death, detectives say, at the hands of her ex-boyfriend, Jaylan McCollins. Investigators say Anthony's father, Gary Newman, tried to step in to help his daughter when he too was shot. Sadly, he also died from his injuries. Detectives knew who they were looking for, as he could be seen on a home security camera fighting with Anthony shortly before she was killed. According to investigators, McCollins, who has a lengthy criminal history, went on the run. 49 days later, he was in lockup. This week, the court appointed him an attorney. Thursday, he was back in front of the judge, who told his public defender this could be a death penalty case.
This double homicide, I'd really rather do a prelim and have a little more information before I set him on.
The case has been reset. In lockup is where McCollins will stay, at least for now, as the judge ordered he be held without bond. Reporting for your news leader outside the CJC, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
The case is still ongoing, no trial date set. The family waits for justice. The warning signs of danger were there. The March police call, the threats. Anthony's tried to leave for a year, but leaving someone who won't let you go is one of the most dangerous things a person can do. According to the CDC, over half of female homicide victims are killed by a current or former partner. These are real people. Daughters, sisters, people who were loved. Anthonese Stewart and Gary Newman. Gone, but not forgotten. I hope these stories help you recognize warning signs and encourage you to seek help or offer support before it's too late. I'll see you in the next episode of Crime of Passion. Thank you for watching.
Please, if anyone is hearing my voice out there, please, if you're in contact with Jaylan McCollins, talk to him. Have him turn himself in because he's left this family broken.